Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Sara Siddique here, and today we are going to talk about 21st century skills with main focus on 4 C's that are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. Our session's goals for today are to develop an understanding of 21st century skills, identify the 4 C's of learning, develop an understanding of critical thinking and problem solving, and learn strategies to improve it, identify ways to enhance creativity and innovation in different aspects of life, learn ways to collaborate for the purpose of team building and enhance productivity. Learn strategies to build effective communication skills that includes interpersonal communication and written communication. And in the end, we are going to design a project incorporating the 4 C's of learning, and there will be a presentation. Now let's think, how has our world changed from our childhood till now? I want you to think about it, that what were the days like in your childhood when you were going to school, and what changes came in these fields that are listed in this table from your school years and your life today. The first one is communication. The second one is career. Third one is methods of purchase. And the last one is education. I'll give you 3 minutes to think about it and jot down your points. Then we'll have a whole class discussion on it. Okay, you came up with some wonderful responses. So these are the changes that were seen in communication from our times to your times. We moved from dial-up telephone to smartphones. If you look at the jobs, the manual jobs were more in vogue in past, and now we are more focused on internet technology or ICT integration, and more computer-related jobs are available in job market. If we look at the currency or methods of payment, you can see that in the first picture, they have shown the early coins, then currency was changed, then again the currency, the paper currency that changed, and now we are moving towards the digital currency or online payment. In education, if we talk about the resources from typewriter to computer age, there are a lot of changes that came in ways of teaching. Okay, now let's focus on the 21st century scale. The previous activity mainly focused on the need for the introduction of 21st century skills in our life. Why we need the 21st century skills in our life? Because you can see that during the last 1 or 2 decades, the changes are coming rapidly, and in order to meet the challenges of the new century, we need to equip ourselves with certain skills that will help us to survive or adapt to this change which is surrounding us. So if we talk about 21st century skills, these are the 3 broad groups that they are divided in. First category is on about learning skills that include critical thinking, creative thinking, collaborating, and communicating. The second category deals with information literacy, media literacy, and technology literacy. And the last one deals with life skills, which include flexibility, initiative, social skills, productivity, and leadership. Here is the broad description of all these 3 categories. And this lesson will be focusing on 4 C's. Learning skills. Learning skills include critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. If we look at the learning skills, or the first category, and that is also called 4 C's, that include critical thinking, which means finding solutions to problems. Creativity means thinking out of the box. And collaboration is working with others. And communication is talking to others. When we talk about critical thinking is the capability of objective analysis of information and includes the following qualities. That is fairness and openness, open-mindedness, activeness and being informed, willingness to question or entertain doubts, being independent, and recognizing and assessing values, peer pressures, and media influences. Okay, with this, we're going to move towards another activity that is based on critical thinking. So you are all sitting in groups of 3. I'll be giving you a resource page that is an extract from Christian Chandra's short story, Jamun Kapir. You are going to go through that extract in groups of 3, and you are going to analyze the following aspects which are displayed in the bullets. First, you're going to learn or look for that what is this story is about, then what issues are being highlighted, and what is the theme of story, and how can you relate it to your society. So you have got 5 minutes for reading. This is only 1 page. This is not a complete story, and then I'll take your feedback. Very good activity, and I must appreciate that you have critically analyzed this text. Certain activities, when you are given a text which has apparently another story, but it has a deeper meaning, they help us building our critical thinking. We need to keep ourselves away from biases and analyze any information, any problem objectively and find its solution. So such activities are very helpful for building the critical thinking of students. Our next skill, which is related with critical thinking, that is problem solving. Problem solving is the skill of identifying the relevant piece of information when faced with a mass of data, most of which is irrelevant, discarding information that may not be useful to give new information, and finally, relating one set of information to another in a different form by using experience, relating new problems to ones we have previously solved. For this, we'll move towards another activity, and this is a little bit difficult for you. I'm giving you a worksheet in pairs to solve, and there are a few problem solving questions there. If you look at the instructions, you need to go through these terms which are given. There are 20 problems here, and you will try to solve it in pairs, then we'll have your feedback. This is the answer key for all those questions. This activity is not to judge your knowledge, but just to give you a time or your mind time to think about different questions. Such activities can also help building your problem solving skills. Now, how to develop critical thinking skills? There are 7 mindset and strategy, 7 keys that help you build these skills. That is emotional intelligence, observing and listening, keep learning, questioning everything, be open-minded, be functional, and act without biases. If you keep these points in your mind, and you will help yourself being a good critical thinker. With this, we move towards our next skill, that is creativity. Okay, Creativity refers to a new ways of seeing or doing things and includes four components, which are fluency. Fluency means fluency of generating new ideas. Flexibility means shifting perspective easily. You don't need to be rigid about certain ideas. Originality, conceiving of something new. And elaboration, which means building on other ideas. Now, with creativity, there always comes innovation. Innovative skills means skills of thinking creatively to develop something new, unique, improved, or distinctive. If you look at this worksheet, this is another activity that you are going to do it in pairs. And with this activity, you can see there are 6 pictures given. And I want you to work in groups and come up with crazy captions for these pictures. They should be creative, they should be related to these pictures, and there should be an element of fun in it. You have got 5 minutes to think about it, then I'll take your feedback. That was a wonderful activity and I really enjoyed your crazy captions. Now, 5 ways to boost your creativity. And if you look at this slide, you'll see that they have given 3 ways over here. That first one is keep yourself dehydrated. Research says that over 70% of brain is water. You'll struggle to recall from long-term memory when you are dehydrated. So you need to keep yourself hydrated. Feed your brain. Your brain requires glucose to function optimally. So fruits and veggies are the best source. So you need to look in your diet. Energize your brain. Exercise helps you release wonderful hormones that will fuel growth of your brain cells. And stimulate your brain. Immerse yourself in stimulative creative environment means reading books, watching films, discussing ideas with people. They help to boost your creativity. Then rest your brain. Your reaction time and functionalities will be impaired if you don't get enough sleep. 7 to 8 hours sleep is recommended. So if you keep these points in your mind, you'll definitely see a change or boost in your creativity. Next skill is collaboration. Collaboration is the ability to effectively work together with others, even if you are not feeling comfortable or not compatible. You need to make changes to work with them somehow. This skill involves working together while taking action, respecting others' needs and perspectives, and contributing to and accepting the finale. Collaboration helps to develop interest in the fun in the teaching learning process. It effectively broadens the cultural, social, and environmental boundaries and helps a child to understand social and environmental concerns better. And the last one is communication. Communication refers to the ability to express one's opinion, desires, needs, apprehensions, etc. oneself appropriately, verbally and non-verbally. Now, communication is not about talking. Communication means that you could express your idea, what is your intended message, and if you could successfully communicate to others with your intended meaning and they could understand whatever you intend to convey, then the communication is successful. And it does not take place verbally. It has some other elements which are non-verbal, which includes your body language, your facial expression, etc. Now with this, we are going to move towards the last activity, and this activity will incorporate all 4 C's. You need to Look at the task first. You need to work in groups of 6 and design a creative advertisement, keeping the following aspect in your mind. Now, selection of groups. I'll be needing 6 group leaders. You will volunteer. You will come in front, introduce yourself, and convince others to be a part of your team. Each group leader have only space for 5 participants, so choose wisely. And if you look at the task given, there are certain duties that you need to perform. To select any product of your choice for advertisement. The advertisement should have creative and innovative visual drawing. So you need a member who is good at drawing skills. Then design a catchy headline tagline. So for that, you need a person who has good writing skills, who could come up with creative ideas. So you need a member for that. Design a creative voiceover narration of 3 lines to communicate your advertisement to the audience. So for this presentation, you can have more than 1 participants, and one should be writing a good narration and the other one should have a good voice quality. You could communicate or enact that advertisement in front of the audience. So in the last, we are going to have your presentations. Okay, with this activity, you have practiced all 4 C's and see how we can incorporate this in a task. So that was wonderful work from all of you. Now let's see how we can develop our collaboration. 5 ways to develop your workplace collaboration skills is number 1, communicate clearly. Communication is a key element for building a working or healthy collaboration, that you need to communicate whatever your project is or whatever you want to achieve clearly to the members of your group or team. Choose the right digital tools for the right task. You need to work it out and choose what is the best tool to execute the task. Go beyond your comfort zone means instead of going through conventional ways of performing a task, you need to think out of the box, find or become a mentor. You will have certain members in your team who are capable to be mentor, or if you don't, you need to find one and participate in team building activities. Tips to improve your communication skills, that how can you improve your communication. The first one is learn to listen. If you are going to listen to other, or if you're going to be a good listener, you'll see what is required from the task. So you need to be a good listener. Studying and understanding non-verbal communication, you should know that you should have the insight to interpret the body language of other. Emotional awareness and management, this is a very important aspect. You need to be aware of emotional state of your team members. Questioning skills should be good. Knowing your audience means, according to your audience, you need to choose the best way of communication, or your choice of words depends on your audience. You cannot use high flown language in front of the audience which is not literate. So you need to choose your words and language effectively. Engage the audience means you should execute certain activities which help or make the audience understand that they are included, or you need to have interactive activities. With this, we'll end our today's session. I hope you got to understand the 4 C's of 21st century skills. Thank you very much.